wanted to show you this one that I made for my youngest son when he was young. I don't really know why I made it for him or if he ever used it much. It's a knife that I got an idea for it. My dad had a Mother News magazine laying around when I was a kid. That was back in the 70s. And there was an article in there. They used to do great articles about self-reliance and things. And somebody had made a knife out of copper tubing and an old saw blade. And so my son, I was looking to make a knife, see what I could do, and I had a saw blade laying around. This is a reciprocating saw blade, and you've probably seen people talk about making knives out of these, and it's not a bad idea. So I took some old copper tubing that I had laying around, and I simply slid the handle, the tang I should say, of the knife that I made from the reciprocating saw blade. I slid it down inside a copper tubing, and you can't tell it, but this thing is filled with BBs for weight and epoxy, and so it turns out that the handle weighs half a pound and the blade is 2 ounces. But I capped it with a penny, and let's see, I tried to do this. It looks like 2012 is the date on the penny, so that's probably the year I made it. I've made a few knives before where I set a dime in the handle, just the year it was made, just to kind of signify that. This is just epoxied together, and I took a piece of copper tubing and I cut down a piece that I wanted to make and flattened the bottom half for a sheath. I wanted to make some kind of belt hanger or something, and so I just bent that over. I don't think it's great. I don't think you used it much. I think it'd slip right off your belt if you tried to use it like that. But it was a fun little project, and it's the kind of thing that I would encourage people to think about, how you can build things and do things with stuff laying around the house or whatever. Get creative. All of this kind of stuff doesn't have to be just done by professionals, and that would be a fully workable knife if I needed it to be. It'll sharpen up and it'll cut limbs with the back. Thanks for watching. Just like to show it to you. Subscribe.